for Jerome. First, if I want to say thank you,
Thank you.
for the visiting, and yeah, it's very amazing how where he went to. He been in places where I have not been in Ethiopia. So,
Mhm.
but yeah. So, anyways, as he mentioned, for Mr. Oyotemi, my name
Mhm.
is Yohani Paulo Imani. I'm speaking from here, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. That's where I am today. I left Washington, D.C. 3 months ago, 3 months and 3 days ago. I came to Ethiopia for the idea of pushing Swahili, or pushing one African unify, or one African walking, or one African Franca.
Lingua franca.
Yeah,
Lingua.
lingua franca, one African working language. It's so many things you can do, you can say, or one African official language, either way. So that is the reason why I am here in Ethiopia. And the past 3 months I've been here, I have there is a lot accomplished, and there is also some lot of challenges around. But in all of that, I think the accomplishments are more than the challenges. So when I was leaving from US, people told me to not even try to come to Ethiopia, because people were saying that in Ethiopia they're not gonna you're gonna get nothing from Ethiopia. But eventually I actually was able to accomplish a lot of things. So today I'm gonna tell you what I have accomplished in terms of pushing Swahili, where I am, or where we are, and what we need, or what we are planning to do, or to make done. So the first one is, when I came to Ethiopia, I actually did not know that I was gonna be able to do journalist. So when I came here, and I found out that a lot of people actually watch TV stations here in Ethiopia, and they listen to radio stations. And I decided to take that as like opportunity day, so that I can push the language, or Swahili language. So I end up to work for TV. It's called Prime Media TV, where I put out news, African news, every week. Even today, I was in studio. So every weekend, I put up the highlights news from all over Africa in Swahili. That it was one. Number two, I also started Swahili class, as Jerome was showing you guys where our Swahili class is. He came to visit the class. So Jerome, can you please leave to be a host, so I can share something?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna.
he came to my to the class where I'm teaching, so I can to visit it. And that is the second thing I have accomplished. But also, let me see if I can find anything here. I want to share that. This is the TV station where I work. I put out news every weekend. I'm just gonna give you example of them, so you guys, you can see what I do. Namna hii, ndugu mtazamaji na msikilizaji, karibu katika studio za Familia kutoka hapa Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Jina langu naitwa Yohani Paulo Imani, mwanamapinduzi, mwanaharakati, mtetezi wa lugha ya Kiswahili. Na kukaribisha katika habari zilizogonga vichwa katika wiki tunayomaliza siku ya leo. Karibu. So as you can see, I am doing journalist, even though I am not a journalist. I'm just doing that. Maybe somehow, maybe I may be doing some, I may be making some mistakes, but hope eventually maybe I will get there, you know. So that is one. And also from teaching, I started teaching without books. And as you know, I'm not a Swahili teacher. I'm not a teacher at all. So I'm Swahili advocate. I advocate Swahili. I explain Swahili. I teach Swahili, but I'm not a teacher. So Swahili class is going very well. My students can already speak Swahili, by the way. Those who come every time, they can speak Swahili now, good enough. And also, the other thing I have done is to write letters, which I hope some of you guys, you saw the one I sent to Nigerian embassy 2 days ago. So I went to Nigerian embassy, and then I sent them the letter to start teaching Swahili in Nigeria. So I'm advocating Swahili not only here in Addis Ababa, but also all over Africa, especially those the countries that has embassies here in Addis Ababa. I am going to them to push them to advocate to teach Swahili. So that is another thing I'm doing, which is to write letters, send them, put them in envelope, and go to the embassy and leave the letter there. If they want, they give me a chance to meet with the ambassador. I do also meet ambassadors, so I can talk to them and tell them. Maybe most of our ambassadors, even a lot of Africans, they have no idea whatsoever about Swahili. So I go there and then I advocate, or I explain about Swahili. Swahili is not ethnic language. This is the letter I left with the embassy of Nigeria. As you can see on top there, there is Nigeria as a country here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So I think I also have created a Swahili community in I don't think, do you guys want to read it? I don't think you can read that. It's on our WhatsApp group. So if anyone is interested to read the letter, you can read it there. I post on our WhatsApp group. But I also started a Swahili community in Ethiopia. People or community of people who speak Swahili in Ethiopia, which because when I came here, I could not find anyone who speaks Swahili, so I decided to actually create new community of Swahili speakers, which is
Brother Yohani, we're losing you a little bit.
Oh, is that coming on and off? Can you guys hear me?
Losing you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can hear me now? You can hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah. I created a community of Swahili people or Swahili speaker here, which I did on Zoom, on WhatsApp, and Telegram, and Facebook too, trying to push, trying to almost like put the voice outside so that people will know that there is community of people who speak Swahili in Ethiopia. So that is the reason why I created. But there is another agenda behind it. Once we get a lot of people, as many as we can, we are planning to have a Swahili Day in Ethiopia. So that is the reason why I actually created the group. Now, for what are we planning to do? One is that we are planning to apply for Swahili building. Swahili building is a building that is going to be for the whole information about Swahili in Ethiopia, but also possibly will be extended to all over Africa, where you can go and find books about the history of Swahili language, who speaks Swahili, how countries adopted Swahili, and why Swahili is unique or is different compared to other African languages that we may have. And for the language itself or the building, we also want to have the history of people who advocate Swahili from long time, maybe until today. That all those information is going to be there. But also we will have books, like there is a lot of Swahili books, like the books of Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, that can be the solution to many conflicts, especially Ethiopian conflicts between ethnics. So the books themselves, if people can reach them, can read those books in local languages, which we're planning to translate those books, it will help people to actually learn about Africa, and we learn what is going on different countries in Africa where the books are written. We will also bring some books maybe in English and then translate them in Swahili or local languages. But that is most of plan for the building. But we will also have a place where you can come and if you want to eat the Swahili food, you can say, maybe, or the food from area where people speak Swahili, because there is no Swahili food, by the way. Since Swahili is not ethnic, it's not Swahili food. There is not, even there's no Swahili culture either. So I think that that's one of the things people misunderstand very well. But so we will bring in those food where people speak Swahili. And then if you want to eat those food like nyama choma, ugali, and other food of Swahili area where people speak Swahili, you can find those food in that building. Another thing is going to be a place where leaders who advocate Swahili, especially like I believe Mara Kenyan leaders or Tanzanians, they can come and have meeting or sleep there. It's gonna be almost like a hotel. We're also gonna provide a place for people, teachers. We wanna bring teachers from Swahili speaker countries to come to teach here, and the journalists. So the jobs I'm doing now, I'm hoping that in next maybe 1 or 2 years, there will be a lot of teachers coming and they stay in the building where they can have like little background and then go to teach. So that is one of there is a lot of things we think to do with the Swahili building. But also the same building, once we found the building, which we're gonna apply from government, it's gonna be also the area. I think you guys, like for instance, in Washington, DC, there is Adam Morgan's area, there is Georgetown area, there is which you call Columbia Heights area. So here also in Addis Ababa, there is areas like those Magananya, Piazza, Hayaulet. He been talking about those areas, Mr. Jerome. So we want one of those areas to be called Swahili or Swahilinya. Swahilinya means the Swahili language in the local language here. So we want one of the areas to be recognized as a Swahili language. That is also another thing we are working on, to get an area that's called Swahili here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The other thing is I went to Addis Ababa University not long ago when I took the letter to them, and I was very, very little mad or upset with them because one, these people, they don't teach any African language at all. They are only teaching languages like French, Chinese, Italian, English. I don't know, maybe there's some other foreign or white languages or Asian language they're teaching, but there is no language that is from Africa is taught at Addis Ababa University. The only language they are teaching are local languages here. I think it's 2 of them, which is Amharic, Afan Oromo, possibly with Tigrinya. That's all. There is no African language they are teaching at Addis Ababa University. And I was very, very mad with them because one, Addis Ababa University, by the way, is a property of Haile Selassie. So Haile Selassie, that is his own property. It's not any other thing. It's someone's property, which Haile Selassie is a Pan-African. He's one of the backbone of Pan-Africa. So teaching those colonial languages at Haile Selassie institution, that's supposed to be teaching Pan-Africans ideas. I was like, are you that serious? Like, really, are you serious? So on the letter or the message I give to them was that we need more hours. We need hours in Swahili as more hours you are giving in English, or even more hours in Swahili. That is what I told them, and I will go back there again. It was almost like, how Jesus went and whipped people in the temple. I was like, I wish I have a stick. I will take care of these people. This is the house of my daddy. This is the house of Pan-African. We don't
a lot of people don't know Jesus was radical too. They didn't know the radical side of Jesus too.
Yes, I was like, are you that serious? The house of Haile Selassie, you are teaching Chinese here? You are teaching this French, like, I was like, really? Are you teaching?
Hey, brother.
Yeah?
Let me say something. You are definitely on something, onto something. And I think Haile Selassie would have approved, I'm sure he would have approved of those foreign languages because he was the foremost international dignitary in the world. And as far as, relations with other nations and stuff, he was the foremost dignitary, foremost diplomat of the world. So he would have approved of that. But as you said, he would have also approved of, African languages, Pan-African languages, you understand? So since 1975, when the communists took over Ethiopia and the Marxists and all of those other ideologies, they have been on a systematic program of trying to eliminate or erase all of the history of Pan-Africanism, or which would include the works of Haile Selassie himself. So, their mission, that's what they're trying to achieve,
Right.
trying to
erase any evidence of indigenous African languages. And that's something that Brother Amani has been working on there in Ethiopia, as well as a few other the African nations, is to bridge the gap and get our people hip to getting back to some of the indigenous languages that we've actually spoke and written. So yeah, shout out, much props go out to you, Brother Amani, for doing that. It's something that's well needed in this day and time in the 21st century.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I was very, very touched with these people because one, they we have Yoruba, we have Hausa, we have Igbo, we have Mandinga, we have Zulu, we have Kikuyu in Kenya, we have Nubia, the older language, we have Luganda in Uganda, we have so many languages, but none of them is taught at Addis University at all. Even Swahili, this is the neighbor country's language. I was like, are you that serious? You take away from here to China to give it people degrees in Chinese, but people don't even know how to say, they don't even know about Swahili at all. Really, I'm the one who's almost putting the key on engine and bringing almost if you see anything has to do with Swahili, it's me. Okay, there has not been one single school of Swahili here. There has not been even not only news, nothing. So I was very, very little upset with them, but I hope they're gonna correct that error to be able to think if it's someone wanna learn business or Chinese, I don't have any problem with that. Go to another schools, not Haile Selassie institution. Go to other places. There is so many universities here. You can learn those trash languages, but not at Haile Selassie institution. It's just not what. It does not add up. It's just totally something opposition to each other. You teaching French at Haile Selassie institution? Are you that serious? So anyways, I was like, okay, anyways, I just decided to little cool down on that. Now, when it comes to what is next is that I am working on books. As I mentioned, we need Swahili books. Can you guys hear me?
Of becoming, because the opportunities in Ethiopia, you either have or have not.
That's for sure.
Simple and plain. And so there aren't many opportunities. Even students are graduating and there's no opportunities for employment. There's no opportunities for growth and development, once you pass a certain level. And so this is really taking those opportunities to a broader level because the students, the speakers of our Swahili will be able to trade with at least 22 other African nations?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're looking at the economic communities of East Africa, it's a whole slew of opportunity there. But with the jumpstart of the African Industrial Revolution itself, all 54 nations in Africa uniting and lowering the barriers that once divided many of the African nations from doing business with each other. The Swahili language is definitely a catalyst into bridging the gap between our brothers and sisters on the continent as well as in the diaspora. So yeah, shout out to you, Brother Amani, for taking on that challenge. And hopefully we can get more of our brothers and sisters, both here in the diaspora and on the continent, more aware of speaking Swahili, indigenous African language, so that we can begin to certify our own identity as African people and taking control of some of the things that put up barriers for us as a part of colonialism, neo-colonialism, and bringing ourselves into the 21st century with something of our own. So definitely shout out and a big up to you for that, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I get lost in a way. I was going to talk about books. So books is I'm working to see how I can bring books, translate them from the original language to the local languages, so that people can read them, and also those books will be used to teach them Swahili language. And
I have a
most of
question.
books, huh?
I have a question.
Yes.
So you're talking about translating from other languages into Swahili?
No, from Swahili to Amharic and Afan, Oromo and Tigrinya and
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
because the books are wrote in Swahili, so that
Okay.
we will have to translate them to the local language. People can read them and understand what they're saying. And some of those books are teaching books, so people need to be able to have books that they can understand, they can read and understand in order to learn Swahili. So that's
okay. One more question with this translation. What language or what alphabet will be used
because
for Swahili? Because it's an indigenous African language, but it's using the Roman alphabet.
I think that question, a lot of people ask me about that question. Swahili is a business language. If anyhow, as long as you can understand me and understand the money way or the business way, that is all it's about. So when it comes to how people write, Swahili actually never have its own writing. The first time when the Arabs came in there and Persians and Portuguese, the Swahili was not written. There was nothing to write. They were just talking, and this is how much is this, or this is how much, and then that's all. And when Arabs came in, they give Arabic alphabets, which is going this way. And then when Arabs left, the colonizers came. Then they changed. They put A, B, C, D. So Swahili does not really depends on writing that much. It depends on how quickly can you learn and get understanding the trade as in Swahili way. That's how actually Swahili is established. So when we translate from Swahili to Amharic, for instance, the things will be written in Amharic, because that's how it's gonna go. If we translate from Swahili to Afan Oromo, we're gonna write the way Afan Oromo write. That's how it goes. It's not only that, even in in Shona language, which is in Zimbabwe and Malawi, they have their own alphabets. So when we write for them, we're gonna write in the way they write. I don't know if I answer your question.
Oh yeah, you did very much. And unfortunately, I have a 10 o'clock, so I have to log off now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, anyways, let me continue. You will catch on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
And Brother Roz, before you leave, Brother Roz is a founding member of the New Africa Network. And tell us how they can get in touch with you, Brother Roz.
So just real quickly, if you go on Instagram, you can get in touch at Humble Lion Incense on Instagram. That's my only social media right now. And so on Instagram at Humble Lion Incense. Okay. All right. Everyone enjoy. Thanks, Brother You. Thanks, Brother Yohani.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Ross, for tuning in this morning with us. And we'll be talking to you again shortly.
One love.
One love, brother. One love.
Keep up the good work, Yohani. Bless.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Take care now.
All right, brother.
Excuse my brothers. Brother
Ross.
Dorian, this is Brother Dixon. Yeah, I do have a meeting myself. I have to attend, but that's why I was with you guys, and plus like trying to chime in and see what you guys are doing. But I have to leave as well.
That's what's up. Well, Brother Roz, definitely keep in touch with us and keep us informed about what's taking place up there in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And we'll be in touch with you a little bit later on this week as well. One love, brother.
Okay, one love, my brother. Love you guys.
All right. Yeah. So moving on, I am on the idea of registrar organization because all of these things have to have some kind of recognition from the government. So we decided to register our organization here, which we are in the process of doing right now. I hope next Monday, maybe it should be complete. This coming Monday, it should be done. I have a friend of mine who is working with me to help me to register organization. When we get it, then we will start to move forward to see how we can get some donations from you guys in the US and any other place where there is people who love Africa and believe that we Africans should be able to have PhD or doctors without speaking French or English or Italian or Spanish, just speaking our own language, we can have a degree like Chinese does. Chinese, you can have PhD without speaking English at all, but we in Africa, you have to speak French or English in order to get your PhD. So that is what we are towards at. Now, also, I'm working to create online platform where people can come and learn Swahili. This one is gonna be payable. People are gonna have to pay for that. So stay tuned for the school, online school for Swahili and English class. It's gonna be Swahili English, Swahili Amharic, Swahili Afan-Oromo class. Another thing I'm working on is a proposal to take to the government and African Union as well, which is gonna be asking the establishment of Swahili language in all Africa Union country members or nation or state members to actually teach Swahili from primary school to university. The same proposal is gonna be taken to also the Ethiopian Parliament and the office of the Prime Minister as well. So I'm pushing to get a way how I can reach to those areas and push Swahili in there, because it will be more easier if the Ethiopian government adopts Swahili. It will be more quickly and more easier for Ethiopians to have at least basic communication in Swahili. We don't really need people to be like the fast language they speak or mother tongue language. We just want people to be able to communicate the basic ones, and that's how we move in Swahili and do business as well. For business, as someone was mentioning, many banks want to open offices in Kenya, many in Tanzania as well, almost in Horn of Africa, but they do not speak Swahili. So pretty much maybe in 2 years from now, people who speak Swahili in this country, I believe they will be able to have good jobs, if I'm not mistaken, and we will see. This will happen actually. So that is why I'm pushing. I want my people to be able to get jobs as well. And for the other thing I need money. My money is running very, very quickly. This country is the most of money consuming you can ever imagine. It is not like Washington, D.C. It's very, very money consuming place I ever imagined. It's not even close to Tanzania or Kenya, because here you want to go any place, you have to pay some. It sounds like it looks like it's a little money, but when you add up after 1 week, you found out the money you have spent to go here and there is very, very lot of money for only transportation. And life is very, very expensive here when it comes to housing, possibly more than Washington, D.C.
Tell us a little bit about the exchange rate right now, the US dollar in comparison to the Ethiopian, what do they call their dollar?
BIRR. Yes. So I think the rate is really different because there is what they call black market, which is little like undercover or behind the closet market, and there is bank rate. So the bank rate I think is around maybe 35.
No, it's actually 39 burr.
Okay,
$1,
39.
$1 to 39 burr in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that is how much they give you on bank. Whereas on a black market, you may be able to get a 50 or 152. Did you hear me, Eugene?
Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah,
That the
so
current exchange rate.
yeah, so the black market is more higher, and the reason why people have to go through black market, this country, you cannot have outside money compared to other places. Like if you want to have dollar, you need to have be from diaspora, so it's a little different. But yeah, so
Right.
the money is in black market and the bank is a little different. Now,
And for our brothers and sisters who are tuning in, if they were to travel to Ethiopia, I think the minimum currency amount that you can travel with is, I think the maximum was $3,000, 3,000 US.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's correct.
If you come with more than that, you're gonna have to change to the local money. You're not gonna keep US dollar.
And so with that, you're going to make sure that you maintain a certain amount of US dollars on hand at all times without exchanging it over, or is it a forced exchange where you would have to leave that currency behind, or how does that work?
So if you come with like 5,000 US dollar, they give you 3,000 in Buru. You keep you in 3,000 US dollar. The rest of it, which is 2,000, they're gonna give you local money.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they do. I don't really know. This country is very difficult when compared to other countries because you cannot take the money out of this country, by the way. You cannot send money. I cannot send you money at all. You can only send me, but I cannot send you. And also,
Wow.
I cannot take the money, like, let's say I have 1,000 Ethiopian money. I cannot take to America. It's not my property. It's Ethiopian
It's not
property.
exchangeable.
Is you have
Okay.
to, yeah, the money is belongs to Ethiopia. It has to stay in Ethiopia.
So can you switch that out, change that out before you come back into US dollars, or?
Yeah, but it's difficult to find US dollars. It's very, very difficult because honestly, it's almost impossible. The bank is not gonna give you the US dollar easily. One, and number two, if you go to black market, it's very, very expensive. So the bank can take your US dollar, but they don't give you US dollar easily, especially if you don't have a US passport or foreigner passport, or the reason why you need the money.
Where it seems like Ethiopia is definitely controlling its own currency itself without
Yes, they
the
do.
hindrance of outside currencies trying to take it over,
Yes,
take their
they
economy
do.
over.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up,
they
man.
do.
That's black
And
power right there.
yeah, and there is some advantage and disadvantage on that. One is that the money is not circulated right. For instance, in Tanzania, you can send money to someone on phone, mobile money, and you can send to any country in the world, and they also you can receive, which facilitate and make movements of money more easier and more quickly because money comes in and money goes out. Even in trade, if you want to buy something in Tanzania, you just send the money, then you go there, they buy your stuff, they send that to you. But when it comes to here, if you get if you want to send something through the post service, there is a lot of tax in there. If you receive something, it's even more higher tax. I don't know,
Wow.
maybe it's like 40%. Sometimes if you come like a passenger airplane and you come with something like the piece of car spare, that one they're gonna charge you more than maybe 60 or 70% of tax. Is a way like 3 or 4 times more money the spare will cost. So it's not, it's something you have to be careful when you do business here. Many people has lost business, by the way. Many
Wow.
containers, like some of my friends, she was crying, like she had a container from Dubai and they charged the money from the container is like 4 or 5 times higher, and she cannot pay for the container, uh, the tax they want. So it's
Right.
not,
Right.
yeah, it's not easy
Well,
to navigate.
well, it seemed like certainly for anyone in the diaspora that wants to do business in Ethiopia, they would need to look at the trade agreements between the nation in which they're shipping from to Ethiopia to see exactly what the taxes and the tariffs look like. So that is some very vital information for sure.
Yes, I think they need to check with the Ethiopian embassy, especially if you are in the US. You need to check with Ethiopian embassy and see exactly what business you wanna do. And also they ask a lot of money if you wanna do business with them too. I think they capped the beginning with is like 200,000 US dollar. So it's not little money. So a lot of people don't wanna do that. It's not easy to do business in this country. But moving on. So I am on number 13, which is the last one, is that you guys, I need a laptop. I need laptop. You guys, anytime you see someone coming, I need a laptop. The one I'm using is overloaded with a lot of things. So I need laptop to do some work. There's a specific works I want to do with the laptop that has a Microsoft Word in there. And I think that being said, I'm also in touch with the government in Tanzania and Kenya, trying to see how they can help this movement of advocating Swahili for Africa. And any video I teach in my class, or any video that comes in me, is posted on Swahili for Africa YouTube channel most of the time. And also now I'm gonna start to post also on Facebook too.
That's good. Thank you, brother, for sharing that information with us. I know we're getting a little bit into the time here, so we can get ready to wrap up shortly. So tell us a little bit about your connection and experience with Meseret Humanitarian Organization, which is a part of a joint partnership in New Africa Network with the orphanage, as well as women who have been disenfranchised there in Ethiopia. How is that coming along?
Yes, so I went to her organization, which is Meseret Humanitarian Organization, I believe. Humanitarian organization. So I went there uh, to visit her, the place where she is, or where she's taking care of people. Is very huge. Actually, she have 2 houses or 2 places where she's taking care of people, and the people she's taking care of is 2 groups. So her organization is taking care of children and their mother. So in order to be in her house, or in her 2 doors houses, I think it's 3 of them. I visit only 2. You have to have two. You have to be in a group like children and mother. So some of those ladies, they have 3 children there, and some of them they have 2, and some of them have 1. So what they do, they put them there, and they teach children. They also teach the mothers how to go back to community, if they have to go back to their husband, if they can find them. Some of them can't find them at all. So they do teach them how to go back to their husband. But if they've been smoking or using drugs abuse, they also kind of, how do you call that, psychologically train them how to quit drinking or smoking, any of those things. So they feed them, they sleep there, they take shower there.
Rehabilitation program.
Huh?
Rehabilitation programs.
Yes, that one there. That's what I was looking for. So they do all of those things together in a way that it's almost like it's a it's like a compound where when they come in they don't go out, but also they take them to school
Mhm.
as well, they take them to hospital as well. So it was a very, very amazing place actually. So many kids, so many ladies, they are like hundreds of them, and they are very, very happy. They also teach them to be one family as well, because they don't want
Mhm.
those people, those ladies, to come back and start to fight each other as well. So they become like one unified family. And then when they are good to go, they send them out and they send them to the community. Most of the time they apply for houses. And then when the government give them a house, they also help them to teach, they teach them how to make clothes, Ethiopian traditional clothes. There is a lady there who does know how to do those clothes. So she helped them to make it from cotton to clothes, and so even stitching clothes and other things. They teach them a lot of things to do, how to grow food. Um, yeah, so it was it's very, very good, and very, very good organization actually, because you gotta take care of two things. So I asked her, why did you choose women and children, not men? And she said that one, children are the future of Africa. And then woman is, if her wife, she's strong, she's well-being, and the children are well-being, husband has to be well-being too. There is no way that one of those two will be good and then the husband has any problem. So that's what she told me. I don't know if that answer your question, brother Eugene.
Yeah, for sure. It seemed like Sister Meseret Azage is doing a very extraordinary job with the effort of uh, her grassroots community outreach program. And as a part of the New Africa Network membership program, we've actually have started relaying information to our members that we will be looking forward to working with Sister Meseret in fundraising, as well as getting supplies for the children there on in Ethiopia. So that is something that we definitely want to work co-jointly with you and her of getting the necessary resources there that could provide support. So thank you, brother, for sharing that information with us. And it seems like the children there, we watched some of the video on our YouTube channel that you had posted, and it seemed like the children there are very happy with the settings that they're in. Were you able to share a little bit of the Swahili language with them as well?
No, actually, they don't know anything about Swahili. Swahili is not something common in this country, by the way. It's totally not here. So, as I said in the beginning, if you say anything about Swahili, it's possibly me. So I'm
Foreign,
putting,
very foreign to them.
yeah, I'm putting the grounds, putting the foundation. So those kids don't know anything about Swahili. Even the ladies who work there, there is three, four, five ladies and one man who works there. They don't, actually, it's too many of them. I can't remember how many. But the lady you see in the corner there, she's in white. She's the one who's teaching them how to stitch Ethiopian clothes. So no, there is no
Right, that's Sister
Swahili
Meseret.
in there. No, no at all.
Right. So English, how is English? Is English widely spoken amongst the people?
People here can read and understand English, but they cannot speak. Most of people here, they have
Right.
problems speaking English. Very much, one, English is not something they speak in basics. They just learn at school and that's all it's about it. So pretty much a lot of people, maybe people can speak English here, maybe they're like 20%. I don't even think they reach to 20%. People can speak English. If you hold a conversation, I don't think it's 20%. I think it's less than that. But when you
Yeah,
write
I
something,
saw
they,
that you spoke. You were translating both English into Amharic while you were communicating with them.
yes, yes. So someone had to help me to translate. from English to Amharic. And some of those ladies, they came from outside of Addis Ababa. Some of them, they are from, like this lady I'm talking to now, she came from close to Kenya, I believe. So it's far away from the South States. And some of them, they
Wow.
come from the West side. And believe it or not, some of these ladies have been on the street for more than 2 years. So they were on street with children. So many people here are on street, by the way. Very, very many people sleep on the street. You can call them homeless because they are not homeless. They don't have any drugs abuse. They don't have any bad background. They are just on the street because they cannot afford to pay for rent.
Sort of
So,
like refugees,
huh?
refugees and women who have been disenfranchised a little bit that need assistance.
Yes. So here is very expensive, by the way. Like if you have a job, they pay you like 4,000 monthly, and the house it is around 7, 8, 9,000 for where you can live. So there's no way to make that money to pay for rent. That's why how people end up to be on the street. So what I'm showing now is the storage, where they storage food, things for them to consume. You see?
Well, that's what's up. Well, matter of fact, brother, earlier in the week, we had a meeting with the new Black Panther Party here. And of course, you know, the new Black Panther Party has the Black Cross division, which gives a lot of support to many of our communities here in the U.S. And they've actually taken a very good, big interest in supporting Sister Meseret and the Meseret humanitarian organization there, as well as you yourself. And we're going to be working with them over the next few weeks to begin to put some type of drive in place, fundraising drive, as well as getting supplies and support to the organization from here in the U.S. So thank you for sharing that information with us. So right now, do we have anybody out there that's listening right now who want to ask Brother Amani any questions before we end the program this afternoon? Feel free to chime in now.
I think it's just the three of us in the chat right now, actually.
It is okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sir, for certainly, Brother Amani, we appreciate you sharing that information. Is there any last information you would like to share with us before we depart?
No, I just want you guys to keep in touch with me and be ready when I need your help. I will let you know, you guys, how what I need help with. But also be prepared to come to Ethiopia any given moment. I know Jerome is coming back very soon, but you guys need to come to, to see Ethiopia,
For sure, for sure. Well, we definitely plan to do that. We've been broadcasting the information throughout the New Africa Network, and we have a whole slew of people who are interested in taking their first pilgrimage to Mahafa, Mother Africa, and we will definitely keep you posted.
To tell you guys is that we Africans we have been sleeping forever, and I think we need to wake up. We have been pushing our ethnics, like trying to conquer each other, our countries, trying to be like the best of all African countries, our regions, trying to be the best region more than other regions, our religion, trying to be the best of other religion. But I think this is the time when we need to end this and come on one line or one code and figure out our own problems. No one is gonna be there for us, and no one will love us as we may think. We're not loved like how people may think. So if anyone will get a chance, they wanna take Africa and make sure that we don't exist. So that being said, I believe that we are in a good track. If we can get all Africans to be able to communicate one language, we'll be able to give instructions where to go and how to go there. which is the whole idea of Pan-Africa or Uniting Africa, because we're not going to be able to make people, or we're not going to be able to get people to go to direction or one direction or understand each other unless we have a language. So thank you so much, guys, for your support, and keep pushing. Also, finally, I want to mention that we need to come back to our panel discussion every weekend. If you guys want to do in a night, we can do that in night, but some of those time I would not be available.
We're definitely going to get the timeline set up so both our brothers and sisters in the diaspora and on the continent will be able to chime in at an adequate time that's sufficient for everyone. So thank you, brother. We are one united Africans, one united Africa, one united African peoples, one united Africa. So we're pushing the Pan-African movement. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in to the New African Network. We'll see you next weekend, and we'll be posting the time and the date on the New African Network TV channel and platform. So thank you. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next week. One love. I'm Brother Eugene with Brother Amani and Brother Matthias, Jerome Matthias. We'll see you next week.
Okay, thank ciao you. Now. Bye.
Ciao. Bye. See you next time.
Okay, bye.
All right, you guys later.
One love.
Love.
Hata wewe mwanangu, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda shule. Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha, kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi. Vivu vya adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha njaa. Ewe